2WheelsTV is proudly powered by Broadlink, delivering serious bandwidth for serious business. Brother, print, copy, scan, fax, label, and so much more. And TRP for Thor Riding Apparel.
This week we ride a Fireblade slowly, and some guys go around the racetrack. Hold on tight. As you can see, I'm out and about with a Honda Fireblade, but this is not any normal Honda Fireblade. This is the SP version of the Honda Fireblade, which means it's got upgraded suspension. Öhlins front suspension, Öhlins rear. Ever so adjustable. Just the right sort of stuff you would use if you go out onto a racetrack. And Honda, for years, have been building bikes that are road bikes, road orientated, and then later would sell a kit that you can go racing. Most of the other manufacturers, well, they build race bikes for the road, and I'm talking in the superbike market. Of course, the Fireblade has been around for years and years and years, so this bike has not been upgraded that much over the last couple of years, and it doesn't have the electronics package that some of the other bikes have got. But I find that on the road quite refreshing. Now, here's the real story about this Honda Fireblade. Popped along to Honda Kyalami the other day, and they've got this Honda Carnival going on where they are selling off Hondas at unbelievable prices. They offered me this Fireblade to go out and test. It had 0 Ks on the clock, so we're busy running it in. As you can see, we're not going very fast. But the real story is this bike, 159,900 Rand. You can also buy it on terms, 0 deposit, paid over 3 years at 2,900 Rand a month, and a 3-year service plan included with this motorcycle. That's an unbelievable deal that Honda have got going with these at the moment. Now, if you take value for money, well, this Fireblade has got Öhlins suspension. That alone is valued at around about 60,000 Rand for the front forks and the rear shock absorber. 60 grand. So you just take the price of 159, take off 60. You're paying about 100,000 Rand for a Honda Fireblade, brand spanking new. So they've asked me to go and run the bike in, not to do anything crazy with this bike, because running in is quite an important part of a new motorcycle, the whole experience for the new owners. So we thought, let's go out and run this bike in. Running in a high-performance motorcycle can be a tedious process, and my advice is to try and use the bike in normal traffic conditions. It's important to vary the throttle settings as you ride. This way you can load the engine at various revolutions, which helps the material in the motor bed in. Also try and use the gearbox as much as possible, and of course avoid revving more than 3/4 of the rev range. Now, the finish on this Honda Fireblade is absolutely superb. I just love the way Honda do things. You take a look at the nuts and bolts on this motorcycle, and they machined down to save weight. Each one looks like it's handmade, and that's so impressive from Honda. This bike has got the most glorious finishes. And as I'm sitting here, I look at these shiny new tires and shiny new rims, not a mark on it. There's something really tremendous about just having a brand new motorcycle. So what would I do to this Honda Fireblade if it was mine? Well, for the road, I'd do absolutely nothing. I might put a tank pad on the fuel tank to stop my zip scratching the petrol tank. But other than that, this is a perfect road motorcycle. If I was going to be a track rider, well, I'd think about a couple of things. I might pop along to my old mate Dirk Deploy and put on a Yoshi slip-on exhaust. I might even go with a Bazaz tuning system, get the ECU sorted out, and with that I'd get the quick shifter and the traction control. And the reason I say that, because traction control for most weekend riders and road riders that go to the racetracks really does make the bike that much safer. And of course it would put you on a par with all the other bikes out there on the racetrack. Well, all good things have to come to an end, and one of the parts about riding bikes and bike testing that I really do loathe is that I have to bring it back to the owners. And I keep thinking, shouldn't I be the owner of this bike? I don't know, but because the deals that they're offering on these bikes. So I've brought it back to Cayenne at Kyalami. I've arrived here on a Saturday morning. The place is absolutely buzzing because they're calling it the Honda Cayenne Carnival. So the Honda Cayenne Carnival has attracted hundreds upon hundreds of people into the showroom. And I've got Craig Langton here with me from Cayenne Kyalami. Craig, amazing what's going on here in the showroom. Just tell us all about it.
Yes, well, you know, earlier this year I promised South Africa that we'd make motorcycling more affordable, and Honda South Africa have partnered with us, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. We've made motorcycling in some instances up to 70,000 Rand cheaper per motorcycle.
I like this Fireblade, Craig, and thanks for letting me run it in for you. I promise I didn't abuse it at all. I kept to my word.
Yes,
but what a bargain is this bike?
You know, that motorcycle in the States now is $19,000. The recommended retails over 200,000 Rand, and for 159,000 Rand, it's the last pure sport bike. You know, all the bikes today have got so many rider aids that it sort of takes away
Robot racer.
Yes, it takes away sort of the purity of the bike, and the CBR, of course, with Öhlins and Brembo. I think in a couple of years, you get your money back for that bike, really.
And just looking at the showroom here, people are looking at all sorts of the Hondas that you got on special going at the moment, which really does, as you say, make it affordable. And what I like what you're doing is putting back into motorcycling. We want our industry to grow, and this is the way it's going to grow for the future. Look at the Rand, all that sort of thing. This is the way to go.
Well, absolutely. I've looked at every different way to make motorcycling more affordable. I mean, these bikes include a service plan, even at that price. We also apply our FlexiFin, which is a guaranteed buyback, which means you can buy a brand new motorcycle for less than one that is 5 years old. So I've looked at every aspect of motorcycling to make it as affordable as possible. And in this particular instance, we could, as a business, we could have made more money shipping it overseas with a Rand dollar, but I made the commitment to offer the stock to South Africa, and I've been blown away. We're averaging 15 motorcycles a day, so it's been absolutely phenomenal.